Good morning, all. Happy Wednesday. Whew. I worked a double yesterday, so didn't get to make any videos. I know people are sad. I'm sorry. No, not really. Candace, I'm loving. I'm loving her energy right now. I'm loving it. She's saying it. She's being so authentic. She's being so real, and I'm loving it. Because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ludicrous what we're seeing right now, in so many different facets. Like, Fox News was on, and of course they're talking about how Europeans, or how the Europe is not, nobody's helping, and it's like, we started this. It's not their job to help. We started this war. Same thing with me. It's like, y'all started this. Now you're in a bit of a pickle, and now it's my fault. It's everybody else's fault but their own fault. This is what they do. This is what they operate on. They're going to double down in creating more illusions, more tactics, more distractions, more keywords, more talking points, more bot accounts, more smear campaigns on anyone that stands against them, stands up to them, anyone. Because they do hold a lot of power in the financial system. They hold a lot of power in a lot of prestigious systems. They do. I give them that. I give that to them. But again, your power starts running out. And that's what we're seeing. Their power is running out. The amount of money they have is running out. Because people see through it. They see through it. And it's sad. It's sad that we landed here on all sides of the front. That said, yesterday when I was in a conversation with my coworker at my second job, something came to me in reference to conversating with people in my current life now, whether that be family, friendships, colleagues, whatever. My hardest part to wrap my head around is not so much what they're saying, it's what they're not saying. That's what I struggle with. Because when you just know things, right? You just know. You know what you've been through. You know what's happened. You know what's happening on your personal life stage, as well as the global, nationally stage, right? We know what's happening. But yet, we're faced with people saying things, but what they're not saying is what the problem is. What they're not saying is the truth in which we all know. And that's what's so frustrating to me. I find myself in conversations like that with my family, and it's like, I don't have a problem with what they're saying. I'm used to what they say. I'm used to them manipulating. I'm used to them gaslighting. I'm used to them putting me down to make them feel better, make themselves feel better, to where they don't have to take accountability. I'm used to them not being at a place in their walk where it's easier for them to throw backhanded compliments, to where when they look in the mirror every day, they somewhat feel okay with themselves. Because that's the world we live in now, where you have so many people in whatever walk they're in, whatever path they're in, where it's either they blame you or they double down on creating false realities. That's what they do. Those are their options. And so, seeing as they don't want to take accountability, right? We've gathered that. We've all gathered that, okay? So now we're on the face of the precipice where it's like, okay, they're going to point the finger. They're going to point the finger. Like that's where we're at in this venture of things. And you just have to take it in stride. You just do. I've done a lot of inner reflection the last few days, and just piecing a lot of things together in things that just don't make sense in reference to my storyline in reference to my family, in reference to the entanglement there. And I don't think there's going to be a world where the full truth comes out because of the embeddedness. But I feel like there's a reason, and I know that there is a reason why I've walked through it like I have, because I carry a perspective in reference to being put in these psyops and actually making it through them, and them not Charlie Kirking me yet. And they've done everything else under the sun aside from that I can vouch for, okay? But they haven't quite taken the angle of just like straight taking me out. They haven't quite gotten there. They've tried on various occasions. They've really tried to make it to where I take my own self out to keep their hands clean, but that didn't work out for them. So, an eye for an eye on that one. That's why I strongly suggest you shouldn't be put in a situation in life, this thing called life, that we're all beautifully gifted, and you shouldn't put yourself in a position where you are making daily decisions to be put in a position to create havoc on people's life intentionally to where they take their own life. That's a big no-no. That's universal laws that should never be played with. And now we're in the brink of where they are played with on the daily basis. You're seeing all these people that are in very prestigious positions standing up to it honorably, using their voice, advocating, resigning, saying enough's enough. And what are they doing? They're doubling down on smearing them, making their life HELL, doing the most to where they inflict fear. This is what they run on. They want you to be scared. Like, give them power. That's what they siphon on. That's what they love. They love that power. And it's like, when you take that back, and you're like, look, you do not put any fear in me. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of your power. I'm not scared of your abundance. I'm not scared of your tactics. I'm not scared of your illusions. I'm not scared of your weak threats. I'm not scared of it because it holds no power over me. Now, that may hold power over you in their world, but it still doesn't hold power over you. You have that power. You have that control. And when you truly tap into yourself, you tap into your spiritual journey, you tap into your spiritual faith, and whatever that looks like for you, you recognize that this is a new day. This is a new minute. This is a new second. So what are you going to do with it? Well, you're going to move forward. You're going to trudge forward the way that God would want you to. The way that Jesus did on a daily basis, fighting his grind. That's how you do it. That's how you win this war. We're all in a war right now, baby. We're all in some kind of war. Whether it's an economic war, whether it's a financial war, whether it's a smear campaign, whether it's a humiliation ritual, whether it's community involvement, whether it's a government involvement, whether it's political involvement, whether if it's corporate America, you've got a business and you're fighting the corporate America grind. I mean, there's just a conglomeration of different wars happening right now, and we're all fighting it in a different way. And it's going to take us coming together unified and not allowing the illusions and the talking points and everything to get ahead of it. Because you can tell that they're scrambling. You can tell that Poppy T is struggling. You can just tell in the mannerisms, the words, how he looks. And it's sad. You can see that on the full front with so many of them right now. I see it on my daily basis. And it's just, it's sad. It really is sad. I say that a lot because it is really sad. Handlers. Yeah. I'm going to make a video about handlers. I'm going to break down handlers. Handlers handling. And then they get in a pickle. It's for all my little handlers out there. All my little private accounts. Now you keep watching me. You keep shadow banning me. You keep cyber attacking me. You keep doing the most. This one's for you. This is what happens when you try to handle something that wasn't meant to be handled. Better yet, if you're a handler, if you're a paid actor, if you're a bot, once you start working on your own life. Once you start there and circle back. Circle back.